Hello, friends. Welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm Kerry Wood, pastor of the Goldston Methodist Church in Goldston, North Carolina. We are a global Methodist congregation, and we are looking at the story of the Magi, these travelers from the east, from Persia, who have come to Jerusalem, and they are seeking the King of the Jews because they saw his star when it rose in the east. Continuing that story today from Matthew chapter 2, reading verses 3 through 8. Hear now these words. When Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and the teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. In Bethlehem of Judea, they replied, for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people, Israel. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me so that I too may go to worship him." So the Magi, they arrive in Jerusalem. We don't know how many Magi there were. We don't know how large their entourage was, but they must have been a large enough of a group that it put King Herod on notice that something big is going on here. And so he is very disturbed. That is an understatement of the century. King Herod was beside himself. For you see, King Herod, he's known in history as Herod the Great, but he really was not a great guy. From reading this passage, you might think, oh, he wants to worship the Messiah as well as the Magi does. But the truth is, he is full of deceit and he is lying through his teeth when he says he wants to come and worship this new king. You see, Herod was power mad. He was insane to hold on to all the power that he could grasp. He wanted to make his name known throughout history, and so he decided the best way to do that was to do two things: build great monuments and get the credit for it, and kill anybody who became a threat to him as he built those great monuments. King Herod was responsible for the temple in Jerusalem. King Herod was responsible for Herodium, this great fortress, palace, spa kind of thing outside of Jerusalem. He built Caesarea Maritima, which was a great port on the sea of the Mediterranean Ocean. And all of this was done through heavy taxation on his people. He was ruthless. He was malicious. He was not great, but terrible. And yet, the Magi had to go through him in their searching. I think the lesson for us as we look at this passage and we wonder about the wonder of it all is to know that God is able to use even bad people and bad experiences and circumstances. God does not let the evil win, but he uses the evil to produce his greater good. King Herod was given the opportunity to do a good thing, even though he didn't want to do it. The prophet Micah is the one who said it is out of Bethlehem that the Messiah will come. And so Herod unwittingly sent the Magi in the right direction. Maybe you can allow the bad circumstances and situations and the people that have done horrible things to you to point you into the right direction, even if it's simply, I don't want to do what they did. I want to do something better. May you, as you go into this new year of 2025, overcome the biases and the badnesses of the past to find the future in Jesus. And I'll see you tomorrow for our next daily devotion.